Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and reasonable men would prefer them to. Chimeras, worshipped by our ancestors centuries ago, crawl back into the light from ancient times. The directors of our fate rain ash down on us from the grey heavens. They conceal themselves beneath us, above us, and among us, staying hidden until we muster up the resolve to meet their malevolent gaze. Having been discovered, they appear in the flesh for a mere moment, and then they expire horribly, wreaking havoc on the world that they rightfully see as their toy.
Okay. Hello, Sentoki speedrunning family and friends. Today we're looking at Pathologic. So I decided to do a offline recording of this today, just to get back into stuff. This series will be available on the Twitch and on YouTube, so let's get going.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
Okay, so the controller's working.
No. I detest trickery, but if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means we're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only
Okay,
a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something.
so we've just
And
gotta
I
watch
can
for now.
do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Where do we go? Oh, it's gone all dark. Spooky. Alright, I just realised, let's see if we can turn on subs. Doesn't look like there's any subtitles. Music is epic. Okay, I can't get through this door. It's very dark. I don't have any prior knowledge of this game. Yeah, it must be something to do with that door. Can I run? No. Yeah, I'm stuck. There we go. So what we got here? Jump. Enter. Click. Let's try a controller. Oh! Right, so that was A on the controller. Changeling. This character is only unlocked after you finish the Bachelor or the Haruspex storyline. Haruspex. How do you call upon the Menku, the faithful of the Warden kin? Right, so I guess these are the people we were just listening to. This is a story of a person who avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart. Wow. Start with Bachelor, shall we? Okay.
Daniil Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
Okay. As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumoured to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern technology and challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if its underlying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. Need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. Okay. Day 1, by the end of which the Bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. So I still haven't quite understood if it wants me to use the controller or the keyboard, which is interesting. Okay. So, I read any of these documents. Oh. Yeah, that was just me clicking out of game, so I think it wants me to use the controller. Okay. Use a button. Okay, cool. The game of doors. What's the mouse doing? Oh, it's fine. You guys can't see that, but my mouse is moving on the other screen. It's really strange. Oh.
I had a feeling you would come.
That voice is terrifying. Did the sounds from outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. Oh. No, I heard nothing. Think there were strangers in the backyard, by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. Why do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the Stone Yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night, and we're a tight community. And now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound. I'll go and take a look. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He is, he always has been, he always will be, even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please stay with me a little while longer. Simon is a sorcerer. Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come round. The Canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You're so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depended on it. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissues will help me defeat death. Death? So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. Oh. My enemy is inevitability. I am challenging the forces of nature. I don't understand. Show me where Simon lives. It's not far. The Kanes live at the Crucible on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? Go on. Simon has 2 younger brothers. The eldest of the 2, Georgie, is called the Judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the 3 is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wants to see you. It's probably important. Was it she knew about my arrival beforehand? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is the kind of person. She puts on airs. That's just how the Kanes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. Thank you for the advice. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak to the Kanes. They will probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may help you if you need it. Are we going to come back? Sure, why not? Oh, wow, okay. Crucible. The Cathedral. Town Theatre. Town Hall. Shelter. The Mansion. Called the Stillwater belongs to a single girl called Eva Young. An accidental midnight encounter provided me with a lovely companion and temporary lodging. The mysterious Maria, Victor Kane's daughter. Simon Kane, the man of improper longevity. The Crucible. Okay. Wow. Lots of places. The Lump. Rubens. What's this? The railway station. Okay, can I select this? Okay, that's just showing me my map. Danil Darkovsky. Reputation, health, immunity, hunger, exhaustion, infection. Okay. Now we've got crouch. Oh, we've got some hands. We've got some punchy hands. Oh!
I'm having chest pain.
Oh, it's disturbing. Okay, I do have a torch then. What's this? Okay. How do I close this? So, do we have to walk there, exit? Oh wow, yeah, we do. Hello? Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger for a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues. At least during important ones. And our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, Masked Man? I'm neither a gambler nor an actor. Of course you aren't. You're a living, breathing man. As is evident from your conditions and statuses, you experience hunger, thirst, and fatigue. You suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat and drink and sleep and rest, and to make mistakes. The latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature, won't you agree? If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or unnaturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. If I knew a person who died of stress but was diagnosed with starvation. It happens. Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is sated with food? Food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds, and only in private residences around here. I am sorry, but that's just how the world is. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with the folk out in the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their life's blood for them. Blood. Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain proceeding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they? Or when they're close to their ultimate rest. Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You will see as a benefactor willing to part with a precious sleeping draught or a painkiller for a simple bystander. No, not yet. Show me the way to Simon's house. Turn left, then walk along the alley. You will see a cathedral and 3 mansions across Bridge Square. Simon lives in the one that is the closest to the river. Thank you. Wow. Halt! I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, the time and the place. It's non-essential, but that's just how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon the prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree? Speak, I'm listening. Time flies by, it can be stopped or turned back. Nights follow days, which are followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you're there to witness them. Don't expect anyone to wait for you. Most events can be missed. And so it would make sense for you to visit the places that you care about regularly. You'll find that people that way play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd shot, a background, a bunch of extras, as it has always been. Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these, bound to stand still out people, and don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. Why is that? The world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world, you see, for it is a mirror, wouldn't you agree? And so a bad reputation can get you into a lot of trouble. For example, oh, need I describe? You've got vivid imagination. Everything changes, from mystical aspects to mundane things like the people you need treating you badly. How many enemies you've got, how high the prices raise, how bad your dreams are, lots of things. A sorry prospect. So how do I maintain my reputation? Really, how is this even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an asshole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbour to even a person who lives quite far away, can help in a dire situation. I see. Really? Good for you then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put much stock into another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Yet he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. Okay. So we could talk to literally everybody, I suppose. And time is always ticking? So it looks like we can walk into these houses. Let's have a look. That one's locked, right? Yeah, so this has kind of got like Oblivion, Morrowind-esque. Hello, fellow humans. So, which one is Simon's house? I think it was this one here. But we could talk to his brother first, perhaps. Let's see if I'm right here. Hmm. Hello.
Autumn is gloomy this year.
Famous Dr. Davinsky, your arrival is a great honor to us. Victor Kane at your service. My pleasure. I foresee that things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly. We'll be able to work in the atmosphere of mutual
I
trust.
fear that Simon's death is a symbolic event.
Georgie is waiting for you, my friend. He has news for you, and you'll find it surprising. I only ask one thing. Don't be too quick to reject his request. What does he want from me? He will explain it better himself. We put too many hopes in your arrival. The echo of these hopes have led him to offer you a rather intricate conundrum to solve. What is it? It's not exactly in your line of work, and yet, if we are to believe a certain source, which we deem quite trustworthy, it appears that you are the only person that can help our family. The reward will be fitting, of course. Alright. Okay, so how do I get the map up is a question. Is it just the map button? Yeah, it is. Right, so I'm here. That's Kane's daughter. Oh, right, yeah, Georgie. Okay, yeah, so we can talk to Georgie. These have got times on them, 6:22. So if we just get the map, close the map for a second. Oh, so I'm late by the looks of that. See, or maybe it became available at 6:22. Not quite sure how that works. Let's talk to. Let's talk to this person next, Maria. Yeah. Broken window.
I often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side.
That's creepy. You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. How is it that you know me? I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. Cruel words. But also honest. What's so bad about it anyway? The strong manipulate the weak when they want to.
I'm feverish.
Oh,
What can it be?
what's wrong with everybody? I have a lot to tell you, Bachelor Dankovsky, but I dare not, until you meet my uncle. Otherwise he'll rip my tongue out for disclosing a secret. Okay, I know, but you'll have to speak to Georgie instead. They're twins. Close at hand just next door. Go to the wing that's closest to the river. Its roof is shaped like a crown. Okay, so we'll go back then. Go back to Maria. So it's this way. Oh, okay. Let's just double check what this is. Yeah, it still says 6:22. Right, I've gone back to the crucible, so I need to go do my runs. Strange looking houses. This is Simon's house again. No, okay, cool. Sounds so ominous when you're in the houses. Okay.
The town will meet its death at the hand of Simon's murderer. That much is certain.
Simon's murderer? Most venerable doctor, it is with great impatience that we have been expecting you. You need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you were experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my I can't say that, consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and the embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. Can't believe it. It cannot be. My brother was murdered last night under the strangest of circumstances, but for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather eschew the notion that his departure was connected with whoever had visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Who was the visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Brack. Was he not the very person to advise you to come here as well? I told you that I'd been brought here. Yes. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? I sought to avoid the worldview. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk that could have displeased our family. Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a coincidence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. My sincerest condolences to you. Is there anything I can do to help? Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us, and the reward will not disappoint you. Huh. I'm convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve the puzzle, then it is you. The mission calls for someone as astute and as inventive as yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. We will take our own measures. The only thing I suspect from you is to be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever your day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account. Wow. Fine, I'm fine with this course of action. Okay. Right, okay. 622. Simon Kane, the man of improper longevity, is waiting for me here. I hope he sympathizes with my request. I only need living evidence of the impossible. Simon is dead. His brother Georgie is preparing to take the empty throne of the clan's leader. The Kanes are obsessed with the idea of finding the murderer. They don't seem to be driven by rancor, but rather by the desire to uncover a mystery. The mysterious Maria, Victor Kane's daughter, has been expecting my arrival for several days. She seems to know more about me than I do. And the last one here, the mansion called the Stillwater belongs to a single girl called Eva Yarn. An accidental midnight encounter provided. Right, okay, so this is like a diary type thing. This is where Victor lives, the youngest of 3 Kane brothers. He can tell me more about Simon's manner of death. Great, okay. Cool. So we're building up information about the mystery here. Okay. Seems fairly easy to follow right now, at least. So we'll go back to Victor. We may as well go to see Maria at some point again as well. So spooky green room. Hello.
If we conquer our passions, it is more from their weakness than from our strength.
Georgie has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains that you can provide a more detailed account. So you have agreed to help us? I have. May I ask why? Killer's goals seem to align astonishingly well with the goals of those who've been waging war against my work for years. We share a tragedy. I want to exact vengeance upon the one that robbed me and my work of a future. I want to solve a puzzle. I even like having so little information. It's challenging for my intellect. I'm going to say that one. I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have. When was Simon last seen? He sent Isidore home, then an hour later he came to this hall to see us. He announced his plan to withdraw to the focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the focus and to fast for a week, partaking of neither meat nor water. Then in the morning he was found dead. Partaking of neither meat nor water for a week. Why no meat or water? Our explanation is that he wanted to be mourned beforehand, as is the custom of the local people. That is very like him. So he knew in advance that he would die. I think, between me and you, that this is precisely what my brother Georgie fears. I can say nothing more about that. How was the body discovered? The servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted, his spine broken, I think. No one has touched the body. It is currently inside the focus and will remain there for the prescribed amount of time. What's this focus place? It's hard to explain. It's his study, if you will, an extraordinary, spacious, creative laboratory, almost perfectly sealed off, except for the door that was visible at all times, metaphorically speaking. I don't understand. It's like an equation, or a mirror puzzle. Anyway, the murderer could not have been hiding there. Take my word for it. Well, Simon did get in there somehow. He could perform far more impressive feats. It's a reason why the whole town revered him. Did Simon exist at all? Alright, so how can I help you? Just take a look around, trust your intuition, do whatever you like, speak to whoever you feel you need to. Look for the murderer, Doctor, and you will find them. Keep looking till the last breath. I am sure your rational thinking will help you. Alright, who amongst the townsfolk can help me with this? So it's a murder mystery. My daughter will advise you better there. Her name is Maria. For several days she's been obsessed with some design. This is somehow related to your arrival. Yes, don't be surprised. She knew beforehand that you were coming. I'll find explanations for everything that's going on here, eventually. Really? That's good. Anyway, Maria believes that several bound people will play a special role in your fate. Before you leave this place, of course. Perhaps it is them you should ask for help first. First I'll seek help from my dear colleague, Isidore Barak. Where does he live? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could be only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. I will be careful. Okay, so this is where Isidore Barak lives, the man that had brought me to this remote place. He is the last person that saw Simon Kane alive. Okay. Anything else to say? I feel that my blood is getting thicker. Oh dear. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we're back. Let's have a look. Right, so let's leave Victor's house. And this is quite a way away. So may as well go back to Maria. Wonder what the red is. I guess the red is main plot. Ah, that's a long walk. The windows of this house are bricked in. A cathedral. Okay, cool. So I guess we're just free exploring now. So, Maria's house is the middle one, isn't it? I think. Murder mystery. This seems quite cool so far. Okay.
The Saburovs' wait is over. They've always wanted an heir.
Okay. Now listen closely. The time for conclusions, secrets, and alliances has come. I'm going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I'm used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed. So it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your nature. You'd better be polite. I don't take kindly to orders. I am a creature of liberty. I apologize if my words come across mangled and silly. I am truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling, and believe me, I do feel that way. Kneel myself before a lady as charming as you. No need to kneel. What do you want to talk about? Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune crosses yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. It doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know of. Those people are bound to you. You trying to flow with me? Bound? There is a tight spring of power within each of these people. Each of them can break the routine of human existence and become something greater. They are standing on the verge of their humanity, gazing into the realm where they could serve a different higher purpose, without even knowing it. Moreover, they are bound to make the leap, in one way or another. That's why we call them simply the Bound. But how is their fate bound to mine? Did you say my victory depended on them? How? I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is not as clear to me as I would prefer, but I can feel the present. I can already distinguish a dubious guess from the pulse of the precise knowledge devoid of words and images. These people are bound to you. Your lives are connected. I wouldn't have asked you to take care of them otherwise. Are you clairvoyant or something? Ah, yes, you haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of everything, ruling house, possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. Okay. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I name to you? Answer me before going back to Eva. If it's truly within my power, I will do my best. How do you know? Well, she's clairvoyant, isn't she? I always follow my principles. It doesn't matter which lines of fortune cross. There'll be no exceptions. Oh! Whatever happens, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may well hold the keys to my victory in their hands. Wow! So George Kane has to live, Victor Kane, Andrew Stamerton, we haven't met that person. Peter Stamerton, we haven't met that person. Maria, that's you. Eva Yan, and Mark Immortal. Can I click on them? No. Wow, okay. That's scary. And cool. Can I see that in the logs? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Did she say anything else?
There's more life in me that can be lived.
We the Canes have always been out of touch with mundane reality, but we are driven by love. Love can be furious, funny, and blind, and there's never a need to make excuses for it, is there? A truly terrifying battle is ahead of you. If no one has ever told you about your fate, I will be the first. You must know that I admire you in advance, regardless of the outcome. You will fight a foe that few can defeat. You will clash with your foe like a dragon slayer, but your weapon will turn against you. Striking at the heart, you will end up with your own flesh torn. Every drop of blood you squeeze out of the heart will turn into a gulp of yours. If your foe escapes you, penetrates you, or saddens you, you will hear malicious laughter in your ears, and my crestfallen weeping. Okay, so it's about the murderer. Oh! Wait, what? That's disturbing. What are these guys doing back here? Oh! There is something in particular we feel the urge to warn you about. When you speak to the bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry, you will easily be able to make out what kind of person is standing before you, an observant man that you are. So use that skill when dealing with the bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, whereas others need to be treated with utmost respect. Each conversation will bring you a small profit depending on the outcome, of course. Depending on the outcome. Every line you utter will have consequences. News spreads rapidly around here. You spoil your reputation in one place, you'll have to reap what you have sown in another. Restore your good name in the south, and you'll receive a warmer welcome in the north. They will heed every word you say, and you'll be rewarded. Good. Thanks, Mask. Town is small and rather unexceptional, isn't it? There are all kinds of people here, the simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know. The latter know way more than they're ever going to let out. Keep a close eye on them. Your victory depends on it. There are 20-something of them, easily distinguished by their lodgings or their presence. They're called many names: the bound, the fated, the adherents, the gobos, Taglor, the town circle. Simon preferred their company to any other. No, there used to be a pagan game. There used to be a pagan game called Taglor, a roundelay of sorts. A Taglor means a kin circle, and Gobo is a character from a local epic, and so the people that Simon was interested in the most are called the Goblos Tangler. Some of them don't even know each other. How did Simon choose them? Because it is they that will decide the fate of this town. Don't be distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth. You just give them time. They're the most important joints of the town. Each day, one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their life at risk, and each one that dies is important. Some of them may take the keys to victory to the grave. Mind that the keys are yours, while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who may get in your way. That's very interesting. Dropping you more hints would be cheating. Shutting up now. Allow me to conclude them. Each bound you save will influence the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motives. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, and then, well, you've been warned. Okay, cool. So there's people I've got to save. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people who I've got to save. And if I can't save all of them, then I don't know, there'll be a different ending depending on who survives and such. And each day they're going to get into trouble, basically. That's cool. I guess now we know the gist of the game. I'm going to leave it there, and we will return with the next episode to talk to Isidore Barak and find out where he was on the night that Simon was murdered. It also, if these were all Simon's close friends, then one of these is probably the murderer, which is interesting. So that's going to be a very cool investigation. Thank you for joining this episode of Pathologic, and I will see you next time. And remember, don't have nightmares.